So I'm delighted to be with Richard Bowser, Property Investor News Magazine editor. So Richard, you're presenting and also chairing the panel this coming Thursday evening. So really delighted to get your insights into the election, post-election, looking at things like build to rent, that particular sector. I'm really delighted by the panel as well, the likes of Kampf, Martin Skinner, Inspired Asset Management. So many people to remember, to be fair, you know, it's quite a plethora in terms of the panel. Tim Hodges, who features in Property Investor News Magazine. David Lawrenson.
All right, David's coming on. Okay.
David's there. Because I asked Richard's advice. I said, who would you recommend? You know, I look at, and Richard said you want to have some people who've been there before, seen it, done it, and David certainly has. And also, I've got the partner for Ronald Fletcher Baker Solicitors, and their law firm dating back to the 1940s. So Richard, a snippet of what we're going to hear from you on Thursday.
Okay. What I'm saying to people, and what I will be saying on Thursday in what it will be a short presentation, and obviously we can elaborate in the panel, is that whilst obviously the focus for most people is on the upcoming election, I think people now need to take a longer term view and think ahead to the election in 2022 and think about what's likely to happen in between. Obviously we've got some big unknowns, and the big unknown of course is Brexit and the implications for what might happen, and in particular how that might affect the London economy. Labour Party today have just announced that they intend to build an extra 1 million homes if they get elected, and of course you have to underline if. But our own research indicates that in order to build 1 million homes, we're going to have to increase the construction workforce by about 70%. So if Labour can tell me where they're going to increase the construction workforce by 70% at a time when some of the EU workers may well be heading east, back home, or to Germany, where they can earn probably a lot more money than they can now earn over here, I'd be very interested to know how these 1 million extra homes are going to be built.
Okay, you've raised more questions than answers, which is fascinating there. 2022, I haven't heard people talk about that election. I could interact a lot more with Richard, but that's the whole point of being there on Thursday evening at the London Bridge Hotel. It's a ticketed event. Underneath the video will be a description of how to book that ticket. So just to summarise, Richard will be given a short, concise presentation. And as I say, it's fascinating already what Richard has said about 2022, plus that panel which Richard is chairing. So look, Richard you're very good at asking the hard questions. So that's why I've asked Richard there, because to be fair, if it was with me, it would be some softer questions. But Richard's background is definitely not soft questions by any stretch. So that's it. Thursday evening, London Bridge Hotel, Central London evening property meet. Thank you.
Look forward to it, Brendan.
Thank you.